Hey everybody, happy Friday. Happy Friday, man. I hope everything is going good for you. Man, I just wanted to shoot a quick video. I had a thought on something. I kind of been thinking about this all week. Hey Darnicia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I kind of been thinking about this all week, but let me digress for just a moment. I want to take a moment and pause and thank the Most High God, my Father in heaven, for blessing me with unexpected and immediate financial abundance. And I wish the same for each and every one of you that are listening, that are watching. I wish the same for each and every one of you as well. Um, Please comment a one if you can hear me. Okay. If you can hear me, just comment a one for me so I know that you can hear and see me okay. Um, all right, so I'm just kind of waiting for, people to pop on here before I jump in. I don't want to get into it and then have to backtrack, although I might do it anyway. All right. Man, so I hope everybody's week has been productive. Make sure to be intentional about your days. Be intentional about your life, be intentional about your work, be intentional about your family and your relationships. Be intentional about everything that you're doing. Okay. Um, so yeah. Okay. So look, I was thinking, a lot of times when we think about residual income, the first thing we think about is, oh man, I can get a vacation. I can get a better car, or I can get another car, and now I'll be able to afford those payments. And oh man, I can't wait to get some residual income. And I get it. I was gonna say that right off top. I get it. You know, I absolutely understand that thought process. Hey Anthony, thank you for joining. Anthony, if you can hear me, just put a one in the comments just so I know that you can hear me okay. Just so I can make sure everything is broadcasting all right. So if you can hear me, just put a one in the comments for me. Um, but I want to offer a different perspective about the residual income that you're creating. And I would like to offer the perspective that you get small. Yep, get small. Hey Rhonda, thank you for joining. If you can hear me, just put a one in the comments so I know you can hear me all right. Um, I want you to get small. Now here's the thing. What I mean by I want you to get small. I want you to take your smaller debts, your smaller bills, and with that residual income. Now look, let me preface this. Okay, if you're working a job and your job is paying your bills, and this residual income is your hustle, your side gig, you securing your bag or whatever. This is for you. If the income that you're creating online is your sole source of income, this might not be for you. I mean, you could apply some of the principles, but this principles is really for my leaders who have a full-time job and this is their side hustle. Okay. Hey, Will, Chris. Hey, if you can hear me, just put a one in the comment, just so I know that you can hear me. So here's the thing: while your job is paying you, and your bills are under control, all right, and you are creating this residual income over here. Take this money and start applying it to your smaller bills. Get your smaller bills paid off. Get them out the way. And what I mean by your smaller bills, not your recurring bills, things like your credit cards, things like student loans, doctor's bills, um, um, any type of installment loans, things like that. Use your side hustle money to start getting those things paid off, and get small when it comes to your debt to income ratio. I want you to get small. I want you to get so small that you almost become non-existent when it becomes to debt. When it become non-existent when it comes to debt. Does that make sense? So what I want you to do is start strategically eliminating debt from your life. Okay? Because you got your job. Thankful for that. It's paying bills, it's doing everything that it's supposed to be doing. Now you're building this side hustle over here. Maybe you're making 500, 1,000, 1,500, 7 grand, whatever, extra every month. Start paying some of those debts off, because what that does is it starts eliminating your carbon footprint. Okay, and it starts eliminating your debt to income ratio. And what that does is that shoots your credit up. Okay, it shoots your credit up. When I got my when I had to rebuild my credit, I got my first card, and I didn't use it. I don't know. I didn't use it for like 3 or 4 months. I just had it. I was used to paying cash for everything, so I just had it. And so they sent me a letter saying, "Hey, we just increased your credit." I was like, "I didn't even use this thing. Why would you increase my credit?" But it was because my debt to income ratio was so low that I was not as much of a risk as other people. Okay, so I mean, this is going to be real quick because it's to me, I don't know. To me, it's just simple. Use your side hustle money to lower or eliminate your debts. Use it to eliminate your debts. The reason is because life can happen at any time. And I'm not wishing anything on anybody. We just keeping everything real. Y'all know how I am. I'm very transparent. I keep it real with you. Life can happen at any time. And while you are on the grind and while you are on the upswing, take the time and start eliminating stuff. Okay? Start eliminating stuff. Pay your car off. Okay? Pay the student loans off. Pay the doctor bill. Okay? Pay the doctor bill. Pay the doctor. Pay the practicing physician. Okay? Go on and pay them their money. Okay? Get small as you grow. Okay? It's an oxymoron in thought. But I'm telling you, this will help you if you would do this. A lot of people, when they start making the type of money they're saying they want to make, they immediately become flamboyant. You know, my ladies, they go get the nails with the diamonds in them, and the glasses, the Cartier glasses, and and they flossing and everything. They're doing all this stuff, and that's wonderful. I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. I'm not knocking nobody's swag, none of that. But what I'm saying is that we need to be smarter about what we're doing. If you're gonna be smarter about making the money, I think you should be smarter about keeping the money as well. Okay? Matter of fact, you should be even more smarter about keeping that money. Okay? And I'm telling you, it begins with getting smaller. Getting smaller. Eliminate your debts. Look, I remember, and this is no lie, I remember when I bought my first house. My friend bought a house. I mean, we was cool. Me, Marco Flex. We all hit this mindset that hey man, it's time to grow up. You know what I'm saying? This was like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago or so. It was like, hey man, we gotta grow up. We starting to, Marco had gotten married. I was with someone. Flex was starting to get serious about a lady he was dating. So we was like, hey man, we gotta be homeowners. So Marco popped ship first, you know. So he went, he got his house. I helped him move in. Flex helped him move in. We helped him paint, clean up all this stuff. So he looked at me, he said, hey man, you next. I said, what you mean? He said, hey man, you need to get your shit. Oh boy, y'all about to make me stop it. Boy, y'all be pulling it out of me. He said, you got to get your stuff together and get you a house. He said, it's that time. A man always needs to have a place of his own. He said, that's what my dad told me. I said, cool. I respected his dad. I know him. He was a deacon in the church. I loved his dad. So I said, all right. So I went and talked to a broker and I said, okay, what do I need to do so I can get a house? So he pulled my credit. Some of y'all know this process. He pulled my credit, he looked at it, and he said, you need to pay off all this stuff right here. He said, if you can pay all this stuff off, I can get you financed for a house. I said, are you sure? This is all I need to do. He said, yep, if you do that, I can get you financed for a house. So guess what I did? I intentionally set out to eliminate all that stuff. I eliminated doctor's bills. I eliminated, I think it was some old gas bill I had at another property, a couple of installment loans on some stuff I did. I started eliminating all this stuff and I got smaller. It took me a year. Now, it may not take some of y'all that long. I'm just telling you. It took me a year. Okay, I was an insurance agent for Aflac. So that was the only thing I did. I didn't have a job. Aflac was it. Okay, I wasn't a W-2. I was a contract employee. All right. So my hustle was it. So even though your hustle is it, this is gonna work if you just listen to me. Okay. I got small. All right. I went and got me a 1-bedroom townhouse. I had a nice little LS 400. Okay. And I started paying that stuff off. It took me a year. I went back to him a year later and I said, hey man, I did what you said. He said, what I say do? I said, you told me to pay this stuff off and you could get me financed. So he said, all right, well, let me pull your credit, So I'm sitting outside his office, man, for what seemed like 30 minutes or so. And I'm like, man, what is do that? It don't take that long to pull no credit. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 minutes, boom, bam, bang. I mean, it should pop up on your screen. You know what I'm saying? So he came back to me and he had this perplexed look on his face. And he said, what did you do? I said, well, man, I did what you told me to do. I got small. I paid my stuff off. That's what you told me to do. He said, but what else did you do? I said, man, I didn't do nothing else, dude. What's wrong? What I got to do now? You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get a little irritated with him because how he coming at me. You know what I'm saying? The energy ain't right. And so he said, hey, come in my office. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I got things to do. What's going on? Just tell me so I can, because why? Because I'm intent on getting my house. Right? So he gets me in the office and he sits down. He says, dude, you have done something I have not ever seen done in my 20 years in this industry. I said, what did I do? I just did what you told me to. He said, well, somehow your credit score jumped 200 points in a year. He said, that's unheard of. I said, man, I don't know. I'm just trying to get a house, So he said, well, hold on. I'm finna make a phone call. So he picks up the phone and he calls one of the lenders, puts him on speaker. Hey, this is so-and-so and so-and-so. Hey, I got Eric Leach here and his credit score is such and such and such. What can you do for him? And the dude said, is that verified? He said, yeah, it's verified. Hey, Kamitha, how you doing? He said, yeah, it's verified. He said, well, if that's verified, I can get him to a house with no money down. Y'all better stop playing with me on intent. Y'all better stop playing with this thing. I'm telling you, I'm helping you. If you just listen to what I'm saying, be intentional. I was intent on that thing. Okay, so I got the house with no money down, and it was the biggest house in the area at the time. But I got small. I was intent on getting small. Okay, if you haven't seen my video on being intentional, check it out. Um, when did I do that? Yesterday or whatever. I think I did it yesterday or something like that. Okay, but check out my video on be intentional. Be intentional. Be intentional and get small. Use your side hustle to pay stuff off and get it off of you. Get it off of you. Get it off. It's trying to weigh you down. Just get it off. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel so much better. The first time you pay one of them things off with your side hustle, you probably gonna skip up and down the street whistling Dixie or something. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel so much better. And that feeling is going to propel you to start paying the rest of your stuff off. I'm telling you. There's no look here. When I bought my wife her truck, me, my son, my sister, it was her birthday gift. It was a surprise. She had made a comment. Let me tell you something, women. Men are listening to you when you don't know they're listening. Okay? She had made a comment. We was talking one day, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I sure would like a Range Rover." And woo, woo, woo. I mean, just seriously in passing. Well, I'm always listening. Okay, I tell people around my house all the time. I hear everything. I just don't say nothing. Okay, so her birthday came around, and I went. Kamitha says she saw Travis Green last night intentional. That's yeah. He's intentional. Yeah. That's my jam. That's my jam, Kamitha. So anyway, I went to the dealer, and you know, I wanted to stay small. I wanted to stay small. I didn't really want no bills. So I said, well, look, how much cash? I don't want to finance it. How much cash? And he told me. And I said, are you sure? He said, yes. I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I said, don't sell it. Don't let nobody else look at it. Take it out. I'm telling you now, I'll be there tomorrow. Went there the next day with my son and my sister, and boom, dropped cash for the Range Rover. He looked at me. He was like, you were serious? I was like, yeah. Where's the title? Where's the title, partner? You know what I'm saying? So I say that not to brag or anything, but to tell you that when you make it a point to get small and stay small, you find ways to do things that the system bucks against. The system wants you to make payments for crap. Why? Because they're making money off of you. Okay? Stop paying the minimum balance. Okay? Split your mortgage payments up into two. One on the 15th, one on the 30th. That cuts the interest. People don't know that. Get small. Use your side hustle to get small. And I'm telling you, you will enjoy life so much more immensely. So much more immensely. I'm telling you, we were able to do things like, I'm a Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? LA, ain't no other basketball team but the Lakers in California to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we acknowledge them Warriors. They did good, but that's Lakers state. All right. So I was in Phoenix doing some work, heard the Lakers was coming to play them Suns, and so I told the wife, she said, well, I want to go. So boom, I mean, I went and got seats. I didn't know where they were. You know, sometimes you can't tell exactly where you're sitting in relation to the court or whatever. But anyway, we ended up, our seats was just right off the court. Why? Because we could use that, we could do that because we didn't have any bills. We were small. So I'm telling you, when you get small, it's going to free you up even more. So please, 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 whatever you do, you don't just take your side hustle money, your residual income, don't just take that and start blowing it everywhere. Be smart, get small, eliminate stuff one by one. Eliminate it like clockwork. Just eliminate it. If you can do it every month, eliminate it every month. If you can take a big chunk out of it every month, take a chunk out of it every time you get a residual income check. I get paid 7 different ways in my opportunity. Okay? Use that money to get small, then start looking at leaving your job. Now, that's just my recommendation. That, and I think $3.50 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. That might be all my opinion is worth, but I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. You just don't know. I wish I could just grab you all and just hug you and and say hi or whatever. But I want to thank you so much. Please, please, please share this video. Comments. Hey Annie, how you doing? Eva. Who else did I miss? Let's see here. I just want to make sure I speak to everybody. Hey Joseph. Kimitha. Yeah, okay. All right. All right. So get small as you grow. Get small as you grow. Use that residual income, your side hustle money, whatever, and start paying stuff off. You are going to feel so much better. I promise you. I promise you. I can promise you that. Why? Because I did it. So I'm telling you from experience, you are going to feel so much better. You are going to walk lighter. And you ain't even going to know why until you realize, man, I've been paying stuff off. It's an exhilarating feeling. I'm telling you, it's an exhilarating feeling to do that. And then to know you're doing it with your side hustle money, you ain't even got to bother with this money over here. This is my side hustle money doing this. Baby. So, hey, thank you so much. It's Happy Friday. I want you all to have a blessed and prosperous weekend. May everywhere you step bring prosperity to your life. In Jesus' name. I believe that for you. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.